Hello students, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Study Restfully. Today I am present here with a summary of the poem named The Night of the Scorpion written by Ahsec H.S. I hope you will like it. In the poem The Night of the Scorpion, we come to know about a story where the speaker's mother is stung by a poisonous scorpion one night. She had to suffer for 20 hours while the peasants, the holy man and her husband did everything they could to cure her. All kinds of measures were taken such as curses, blessings, prayers, herbs and all forms of ancient medicine which are not practiced in most parts of the modern world, but their efforts were in vain. At the beginning of the poem, the speaker tells the story of how his mother was bitten by a scorpion. He describes how the scorpion was driven inside due to the constant rain and had decided to hide under a sack of rice. Further on in this stanza, we get to know about what the scorpion does, an idea that would directly relate to the beliefs and actions of those present along with the speaker's mother. Before anyone can do anything, the scorpion moves quickly and gets separated from its poison, then runs back outside to risk the weather again. Throughout this stanza, the poet keeps making references to the movements and parts of various insects. He describes the actions of the peasants as being like a swarm of flies buzzing God's name in the hope of paralyzing the evil. Then it describes the hunt that peasants undertake in an attempt to find a scorpion. They search by both candles and lanterns which throw shadows on the wall in the shape of scorpions. The shadow represents their primal fear that some evil lurks where they cannot see it. And then the scorpion's search fails. At the beginning of the poem, the scorpion had run away from home. This places the reader in a position above the people in the poem. In the poem, the reader has more knowledge than those who have experienced the situation. The reader also learns that the mother will recover if they are able to catch and kill the scorpion, a baseless, simple, primitive belief about which the reader is well aware. It once again raises the status of the reader above that of the peasants. The peasants want the scorpion to come down but also provide some solace for the mother. They, steeped in their superstitions, tell the mother that the poison will burn away the sins of her previous birth and ease the sufferings of her next birth. This is a reference to the traditional Hindu belief of reincarnation. Due to their low social status, it was believed that the mother must have committed some type of grave sin to be condemned to this life and that perhaps the suffering she was going through would improve her chances of being reborn in a higher position in the next life. The peasants want the mother's body to be cleansed of the pain she is experiencing. The peasants have given up searching for the scorpion and now sit in the center of the circle around the mother. The speaker describes each peasant with a face that is peaceful with understanding. From the mother, struggling on the floor and groaning, it can be estimated that a large crowd has gathered around his mother. Many people were present to help as well as observe. In the poem, the father has been presented as a very intelligent, rational and skeptical person, though most likely to cast doubt on the peasant's belief. However, at this moment he is desperate. The father has forgotten his reasons and tries everything he can in an effort to save his wife. At this point, the reader may have felt some distance from the characters, but the father's frustrations seems real and intense. A man is irrationally hopeful that a curse or a blessing will save his wife. He even goes to the extent of burning paraffin on her toe. The speaker watches the flames it creates feeding on his mother. Just as the poison is spreading through her body, the flame is consuming her skin. Only then does the reader realize that all this has been going on for 20 hours and ultimately leads to a truly painful and horrifying death. Throughout this poem, many different measures are tried in an attempt to save the mother, none of which, as the reader can guess, help. Some of these practices would certainly seem absurd to the modern reader. These references to old medical practices create distance between the reader and the speaker. Once again, the scorpion has been talked about as if it had decided to kill the mother. A mother's dedication and pure love for her children breaks the distance between the characters of the poem and the readers. Everyone can sympathize with the love felt for a child, mother, or father. This woman, though distant, lives in a different time and place, as human and real as anyone reading the poem. The summary ends here with the promise of appearing again with new topics. Have a nice day. Thank you.